ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Live from the Bench.
Woo!
We're your hosts, GQ and Boulevard, and we're here to give you another rendition of our weekly NFL game predictions.
Yes, that's what we do here.
And as we know, we love football. We love seeing it. We're going to start with the team that's going to be playing in a few hours.
Literally, 2 hours.
The Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
My selection for this game.
For this one?
I am because.
Hey, let me rephrase this. What is your level of excitement for this game?
I mean, because it's football, I'm already on an 8 because it's football.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but because of the team. So let's do it this way. It starts at an 8 because it's just football. I want to watch football.
Right.
But because of the teams that's playing, I don't see it being very exciting or a shootout. I think it drops me down to a 6. But then again, it's Dan Campbell, and I like what Dan Campbell's doing, so that pushes it up to a 7. But I'm just not interested in the Green Bay Packers. That's probably why it's at a 7 at this point. If Detroit was playing anybody else, I'd probably be more excited about it. It's the Green Bay Packers. I've never been excited to watch the Green Bay Packers. It's just something about the Green Bay Packers being their name that's just not exciting to me.
Just the Green Bay something packing company. Indian packing company, something like that.
The Green Bay Fudge Packers.
Huh.
My selection for this game is the Detroit Lions. Motor City, get it.
Well, Detroit is the 2-point favorite.
Yeah. And it's funny because I can seeing a lot of things about Henry Ford.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy who created the 5-day 8-hour work week. 5-day 40-hour work week. A lot of people are upset about them. They don't know the story behind it. People were working like 7 days a week, 18 and 20-hour days. He was like, no, you can't spend your money and buy my stuff if you're working these days. So he implemented the week that we work today. Everybody's upset because he implemented a 5-day work week. Everybody's upset. But if he didn't do that, you'd probably never get a day off. Listen, what it's going to take for you to get what y'all want. Y'all want a 4-day work week. Some people want a 3-day work week. It's going to take somebody else to do it.
I'm happy with 4 10-hour days, personally.
I am actually thinking about instituting that at my company, but that's a conversation for another one. Who's your pick for this game?
If I'm a betting man, I'm taking Detroit. That's the favorite because I think Detroit wins by more than 2 points. I know this is going to be a shootout. It's going to be like, I can't predict the score, but first team to hit 30 wins, put it that way. The over-under is 45. I got to be in way more high scoring than that. Because I don't think defenses are going to be able to hold up.
At all. No, not at all.
To me, it's a matter of which rushing game in this one comes out the strongest.
And I think it's going to be
both
Detroit.
Solid on both sides, but it's going to be who controls the clock, who has the ball longer. Time of possession.
I think it's going to be Detroit. It's probably going to be Detroit because the reason I say Detroit because I think Montgomery's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the status on Aaron Jones. I haven't heard anything. A.J. Dillon has been looking like shit on the bottom of a shoe. So
he's been great.
Feel like yeah. And Aaron and Jordan Love has kind of like regressed. I don't know what happened. He just regressed. He's just
that's what happened. They got the game film on him.
It's like, it was exciting. Yeah, so I got Detroit. Detroit's my team.
Here's my questions for this game. How many interceptions per Goff?
2.
Does Love throw for over 300 yards?
No.
Which run game is stronger?
I want to say I'm going to say Detroit has the true running game. I feel like Aaron Jones is more of a is more of a weapon outside of the backfield. He's a weapon coming out of the backfield. A.J. Dillon is not impressive enough to be an effective runner. So.
Okay. So I guess we're in agreement on that one, really. So I got Detroit winning, too. 45-point over-under, I would definitely take the over. But that's
both
just
teams? Me. A total
No,
points?
that's the total. The projected total, 45 points. I'm going over that.
Oh, yeah.
It might come closer.
I definitely see points are going to be scored. I got the score. If I'm a guess on scores, I'm going to say you looking at, let me think. I'm going to say 32-37 or 30-37.
So, yeah, that sounds about right in my book.
Yeah.
So take the over and take Detroit to beat the spread.
Yeah.
That's just my prediction. Yeah.
Let's go to the game that we're all I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, where are we going next?
All right, let's go to the game that we're all looking forward to, even my kids. The Toy Story game in London.
Oh, I'm hyped for that Toy Story thing. I'm watching that. I'm definitely going to be watching the Toy Story version.
Atlanta and Jacksonville.
That sounds adorable.
So I've been excited about this, and there was a question that came up, and it made me laugh. So while the game is going on, right? If the game is going on, the toys are playing, and then Andy walks in the room, do the kids stop and play dead?
Yes.
Interesting.
So how many rushing yards for that dog with the slinky? I don't know his name. Literally never seen Toy Story. I'm a grown man.
You're talking about Bijan, and Algier?
No, I'm talking about the slinky dog.
Oh, Slinky.
Okay.
I feel like Slinky's not going to get it done. Slinky's going to struggle. He's just not going to wait. He's just not going to be able to get his back half away from the rest of the defense.
Jacksonville's a 3-point favorite. It's over under a 43.5. I got Atlanta winning. So, I mean, both teams coming off losses. I feel like if first team that hits 20 will probably be the winner. Because I ain't got it being too high scoring of a game. I'm not even sure it's going to be that entertaining of a game, which is why I'm going to be watching the Toy Story.
It's a London game.
Yeah.
Them London games are never really entertaining. Those guys are way too tired. I got Jacksonville winning. And the only reason why I say Jacksonville's winning is because they have more to prove than Atlanta does. Jacksonville was a playoff team last year. Atlanta was not. Atlanta doesn't have anything to prove. Jacksonville has to. Jacksonville has to prove that they're still relevant. They have to win Atlanta. So I say Jacksonville. Atlanta, if they lose, no one's going to be upset because they're not expecting anything from Atlanta this year. Atlanta has performed way better than anybody's expected them this year. So
I have expectations for Atlanta. I got them winning the division. So,
I mean, I can see that happening.
As I said, earlier this year when we did that episode, I had Atlanta winning the division.
Yeah, I could see them winning the division, but it's just like there are not many people that expect a lot from Atlanta. So Atlanta winning is good. Them losing is not going to be as bad as if it would be for Jacksonville. I feel like Jacksonville needs it more. They want it more because they're playing in a shitty division. Like if they can't win their division, then their coach should be fired. But I'm always going to.
I don't have very high hopes for Jacksonville. I haven't all season. Ridley's going to do his thing, but
I'm always going to call for Doug Peterson's termination. So, I mean, you selected Press Taylor to be your offensive coordinator.
So. Yeah, that was kind of a dumb move there. Yeah, and that's why they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Take Atlanta in the upset. Play the under because this game is not going to hit 43 points total. It'll be like 21-17.
Well, let's move into the next Sunday game. The only game that really matters to me, Washington comes into Philadelphia. Eric Bieniemy, who could have been the Eagles' offensive coordinator, but I'm not upset.
I don't even recall that being talked about.
It wasn't. It wasn't because Bieniemy nobody expected him to be out of Kansas City last year. It's just like it was kind of is he staying in Kansas City until he ended up in Washington? It was like kind of what the hell? I think that happened at like the end of everything because I'm pretty sure Brian Johnson was already named. They already had him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, they were smart and they hired from within. That's the way to keep a team successful.
That's why I feel like they should have with their. That's what the whole problem is. That's why the Eagles lost their the DB's coach because they hired Sean Desai.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't understand why they did that. It's always, in my opinion, I think it's always a great idea to keep continuity within your team. But be that as it may, let's move on to the next game, which is going to be
cover this game.
The Washington Philadelphia. I'm sorry.
Like you jumped past it.
I'm sorry. I got Philadelphia mollywhopping Washington.
Well, obviously Philly's going to win. The questions are: does Howell throw 4 interceptions again? How many you got for Howell this week?
I got Howell throwing 3 interceptions.
Over under 5 sacks for Philly.
I'm gonna go with the under. But I'm gonna say 4 sacks. I mean, but I could be wrong because was it that they said Sam Howell's been the most sacked quarterback this year?
Like 19 times in 3 games.
He's been sacked. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't see. Yeah, so I don't see him that changing because Philadelphia's defense is hungry. Jalen Carter has had less snaps than Aaron Donald and way more pressures. I feel as though you're going to see a lot of that.
There's going to be a lot of pressure on Howell this game. That's probably the entire game plan.
I don't see Howell having much time to get comfortable in the pocket this game.
No. Eagles are a 9-point favorite. I would not take that. Definitely play the under on that. 43.5. Take the under on that too. But the Commanders are going to get just wiped out. It's not going to be that competitive. But 9 is a lot high. So I would not take that risk on that line. Eagles win. They get 10 sacks. That's my prediction. 100 rushing yards for Hurts.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
I think that's how the Eagles get back, and the Eagles get back to their true form by letting Jalen Hurts take off and run. Because I think he needs to boost a confidence booster after last week. Like they won, but he's got to get his confidence back in him, and those receivers have to figure out what's holding them back. I don't see much.
Allegedly, everybody was sick last week.
Oh, well.
Allegedly. That's what they said about Jordan, too, but who knows how factual that shit is. It's all rumors. We weren't there.
Yeah. So
the Eagles win. No contest.
Eagles win easily. No contest.
No low country. Blowout.
Let's go to a fun game. This is going to be the most hilarious game. And I got the game. The score is going to be 6-9. And that's Denver, Chicago.
I saw something on one of them stupid social media sites that said they should flex this game to Thursday at 3 a.m. because nobody should be watching this. This is some unwatchable bullshit. Now watch. They hit watch it be 38-35. Just watch. Both teams going to get their rocks off this game. It's just going to be the ugliest thing. It's going to be like my ex. That's how ugly this game going to be. It's going to be awful. Denver's a 3.5-point favorite. The over-under is 46. Take the damn over. Okay? Do you think Justin Fields gets 100 yards this game on the ground?
On the ground? No. Because I started looking at some film of Justin Fields, and man, that guy has zero vision. He can't read a defense. He can't read his own line.
Obviously.
I've always been taught that quarterbacks should always, yes, there's a thing of stepping up in a pocket, but there's also a thing as rolling out to create more time. If you're getting sacked and they're putting that pressure on you all game, roll out, give your time, get like your receivers time to move around, and if they ain't got that, you just take off toward the sideline. What
Right.
Justin Fields was doing was not any of that. Kermit the Frog was not doing that. That man was taking. He was going. He ran into the sacks. Jesus. I got Russ. So if we want to take the over, Russ throws for 4 touchdowns.
I'm taking the over. Both
4 touchdowns,
teams stink.
350.
Something's got to give.
I'd be surprised if Justin Fields throws more than 180 yards.
Damn.
I have him not doing anything.
No, Bears gonna run all over the Broncos. Judy gonna get his off. He gonna get his this game. I got 2 touchdowns for Judy, which means I got at least 2 touchdowns for Russ. Russ probably gonna get his numbers for the first time all season, and the Broncos gonna win.
The only time this season.
Yeah.
All right.
Worst game ever.
I got LA Rams flying into Indy. Anthony Richardson is back, baby. Anthony Richardson is back.
He is? Okay.
I mean, they haven't stated it, but they're trending towards starting. He's practicing. They're saying it's practice by practice, but this is what they posted yesterday. As of today, he practiced full participation.
Yeah, he's back then.
Yeah.
This game's line is even. Stafford hasn't been great this season. The only thing that's been propping up the Rams is Puka Nacua! Even line, over under 46. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I say this game about to be like 23-21. Take the under. Yeah. But it's going to be close. But take the under. But it's going to be close.
Yeah, I'll take the under too, now that I think about it, because I don't feel Anthony Richardson throwing a lot of touchdowns.
No.
He'll probably run a
on the season even. He'll get his on the ground. Or he'll get concussed again.
They better get their quarterback out of there.
It's going to be Minshew time again.
I got LA Rams taking the win, though.
I got Colts getting the win.
Okay.
When we get closer and closer to the day, Sean McVay is off of that sideline.
I got next game we have. If you notice that I keep looking over here, it's because I got the games on the whiteboard. That's
I'm not even looking at the screen because then I got to look at my face. No, I'm just bouncing around to different pages that I got set up for this purpose.
Baltimore at Cleveland.
Baltimore at Cleveland. Cleveland is a 3-point favorite.
And I got Cleveland to win it.
I got Baltimore winning. I mean, that Browns defense is going to get in that backfield. They're going to do their work. It's a 40.5 over-under. It's not going to get that high. They might not even hit 20 points this game, like combined. This will probably be the lowest scoring game of the week. The Browns have only allowed 6 points at home all season. And you know how those NFC North matchups are. They beat the shit out of each other. This will be no different. I got the Ravens winning because I don't got Deshaun holding up.
I got both quarterbacks spurting out, putting up numbers on the ground. I feel like Myles Garrett is going to get in the backfield and Lamar is going to break out quite a bit. But the thing about having a quarterback that's running the ball a lot, that means the quarterback's not throwing it a lot. So, and I feel like if you're running too much with your quarterback, you're not putting points up on the board. So,
not if it's Lamar. You're still getting those points with Lamar. I don't know. Like, he hasn't been running like his usual self. He might be somewhere close to 200 yards on the season. He leads the team in rushing. That's because the backfield
don't have anybody else
injured. It's broken. They're in the emergency room. So he's all they got. He hasn't run much this season for his standard. But, I mean, any way to move the ball forward is a successful play to me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But unless give me Ravens because I'm always going to take the Ravens over the Browns.
I'm going to take Cleveland because I like Myles Garrett's defense.
Interesting.
He's the
It's going to be a
defensive
good one, though.
coordinator.
It always is. It's always a
All
good
right. The next game, Minnesota and Carolina.
one. Ugh.
So this is where I say I take Minnesota because they did something this week. Wow, I say it because a lot of people thought that Alex Madison was going to be somebody he's going to be a great transition. They thought he was going to be a good transition from Dalvin Cook. Obviously, he wasn't. The Minnesota Vikings was like, okay, we're going to go and sign Cam Akers. Not saying that Cam Akers is going to do that much better, but it just proves my point that Alex Madison wasn't it. I got Minnesota because I just don't have any hope in Bryce Young, who will be back this week.
He will be back, yeah. This game reminds me of the time when I worked in a restaurant. I was younger, washing dishes. And just out of nowhere, a pipe under the dish sink just started pushing sewage up and out of it, and it lit the whole restaurant up. It just smelled like ass all through the restaurant. That's this game. That smell is this game. This game stinks. This matchup stinks. I don't really care who wins. I just hope and pray it's not on television. I don't want to subject myself to this. Minnesota is a 4-point favorite, though. Somebody's got to win. And, I mean, what is it? The Vikings got a dude that's second in sacks in the league. Kirk Cousins leads the league in sacks. Justin Jefferson is doing what Justin Jefferson does. And somehow they're still 0-3. It's got to be the Vikings. Over under 46.5, 46.5. The only way that's hitting is if the Vikings score 40. That's it. But somebody's got to win. So it's not going to be the Panthers because that's not going to happen this year. At least not this week.
No.
Vikings win.
Vikings win.
Like, what are the Panthers really going to do? Where were they going to get their points?
Miles Sanders.
Yeah, okay.
Miles Sanders just had his first 1,000-yard season. Like
last year? Yeah.
Yeah, his first in his career.
Yeah. What's this, year 5 for Sanders? Year 6?
And I bet you he don't get 1,000 yards this year because you're trash. You're not who Carolina thought you were.
Yes,
Frank Reich stupid.
Yes, he is. He's exactly who Carolina thought he was. A past his prime, broken down running back. That's who you
thought they think he is? I thought they thought he was a good running back.
No.
I don't think he's a good running back.
He's just part of a committee with Shuba.
I didn't even see that dude all year.
At this point.
All right, next we got
any running
Cincy.
back in that game. Any running back in Vikings Panthers hit 100 yards?
No.
Does Justin Jefferson hit 150?
Does Jefferson
hit 150 in the air?
Yes.
300 for Cousins?
Yes.
No. Okay.
He gets 300. He's got a lot of weapons out there, and I'm just hoping that Hawkinson goes off.
Yeah, but you started Laporta, so
I got Hawkinson and Laporta starting.
You lost.
Nah,
you already lost.
I don't got Jahan Dotson doing much.
Who would?
He's not going to do much for me this week. He playing against. He gonna be. Oh wait. Ooh. Yeah. Goodbye.
Next.
Cincinnati at Tennessee.
Fucking gross. All right. Who makes these matchups? Cincinnati is a 2.5-point favorite. It should be higher.
It's gonna be higher. I'm taking over.
I mean, realistically, what are the Titans going to do? Who's going? We know Chase ain't getting shut down. Higgins probably going to go off. That offense, they're going to be on the field for like 40 fucking minutes. They're going to dominate the clock because the Titans ain't going to stop them because they can't stop anything. So, blowout, just like last week, the Titans are going to get blown out again. My only question is, does Tannehill get more than a whopping 104 yards? Does he get 200 this week?
No, because he's not a quarterback. I say this every week.
Yes,
Tannehill is not a quarterback.
He's proven that. He's at best a game manager.
He's not even a game manager. He's that guy that when all your quarterbacks get hurt, you go, oh shit. You played quarterback before, right? And they just happen to just leave him in there. That's who Tannehill is to me. He's just that emergency quarterback. You
Ain't
just
that
like,
how it happened in college? Like, can you throw?
yeah, you just
Kinda.
can you just stay there, man. We ain't got
Yeah,
no
I bet
better
that's what
options.
happened too. Like they were in practice, somebody threw the ball to Tannehill. He dropped it, but he picked it up and he threw it, and it was a beautiful spiral. And
Yes,
they just
that's
pushed the ball
exactly
out the
how it
backfield.
happened.
That's what happened. Like you go hit the bench, you go to quarterback. I don't know how, coach.
And
This
you
is
know what's
college. It don't even
insane to
matter.
me? You know what's insane to me? Tannehill was a receiver, so that means must have had some semblance of speed.
Mm-hmm.
How come Tannehill doesn't run the ball?
Oh, that
Why
is a
doesn't
good
does
question though. Like you would
he was
think
a
he'd be more mobile.
yes?
I mean, it was considering his skill set. Like you said, he was a receiver, so you would think he would have good feet.
Yeah,
You know,
that
you
man is
don't
not
see it.
beating
He
feet.
doesn't take off. He never takes off. That boggles my brain
Mm-hmm.
because that should be since his best skill obviously isn't throwing. He's not the most accurate, but he had to be fast at some point. So what happened? Did he go to who was it? Miami that drafted him? Did they force him
Yeah,
to stay in the backfield? Like what was it? Because he's not using his best skill if he's not using his feet.
he's not.
But I mean, he's in Tennessee, and Tennessee's whole offense has been handed to Derrick Henry. That's been the whole
Mm-hmm.
offense since they got rid of AJ Green. And even when AJ Brown was there, stupid colors. Even when AJ Brown was there, it was still handed to Derrick Henry. So I mean, now they ain't got nobody to throw it to. They got Hopkins, but Hopkins is like 70 fucking years old, and he can't carry the team. So there's nothing out there. That offense is probably one of the weakest in the league right now. Considering they got the asses beat last week, it wouldn't be a stretch to say they got the asses beat this week. It wouldn't be a stretch to say the coach is on a hot seat. This is probably Tannehill's last year as a starting quarterback. Probably Henry's last year as a starting running back. Like that whole thing, that division champ, because that was their peak, division champions, that ain't happening again. It's going to be a long time before the Titans are a real threat again. This is just another step downhill for the Titans, and it gets the Bengals, gets their train rolling. Mm-hmm. Do you think Bengals get 30 in the first half? Because I do. Like the question was going to be, do they get 30 on the game? But I mean, let's be realistic. Jamar Chase is going to get like 210 receiving yards this game.
I got. They'll get 40 because Tennessee. I don't have any hopes for Tennessee, man. They're just not good, and yeah.
I got the Bengals seeing what Miami did last week, and then they like hold my beer. That's what I got happening. They just gonna beat the shit out of Tennessee, and I'm gonna be smiling the whole time.
I want to see more shit like that.
Yes.
I would love to see more
Run
games
the
like
score
that.
up. Attention, NFL coaches, run the fucking score up. We want that.
Madden
We want that. We don't want you to be nice to the other team. What is the point of that? Run the fucking score up. What the
Think they're
fuck?
gonna be nice to y'all?
Like, it's just common sense. You want to win? How many points do you need to win? More.
Listen, let me tell you something.
That's the answer. More. You always need more points. It don't matter if you win about 20. You need more points. It don't matter if you win about 40. You need more points. You always need more points. Run the fucking score up.
This irked the hell out of me. This made me so mad. So McDaniel basically said that they said they didn't take, like they said all the team captains came to McDaniel, said, let's take the field goal we don't want. There's like, no, don't kick the field goal because we don't want any bad karma. Fuck bad karma. I don't give a shit about it.
How is it bad karma? Because you already scored 70. If you get bad karma, you already got that.
I don't exactly. I'm going out there and I'm putting the ball in the air.
Like, why are you being gentle to the other team? Why are you being
kicking
soft
no damn
to your
field goal?
Don't be friendly. They come in your building. Beat their asses. What is that?
Talking about kicking
gentle.
a field goal.
Don't run. Don't break the record. You're the first team that got close in 40, 50, 60 years.
I'm taking that
record. Make history.
If I can, yo,
What kind of
listen.
sense is that? No, we don't want to run up the score. That's bad karma. Bullshit. You were playing
Fuck
the team
karma.
we were playing the Broncos. The Broncos got way worse karma than y'all can build. Okay? Just because you're in shitty ass Florida does not mean you got bad karma. Okay? No, just run the score up. Don't be gentle to your opponents. What is
Absolutely.
that? What is that? You are grown ups.
Never want to see that again. I never want to see somebody talk about I don't want to put the points up.
What is that? You're adults. You're getting paid to play. Run the score up. Beat the hell out of your opponent. Make them cry. Make them go sit in the showers. Go sit down in the fetal position in the showers. Make them feel like they've been violated in their back doors. Hurt them.
100%. And then here's my thing. These are grown-ass men. Don't nobody give a shit if they come out there. Yes. If they come out there and allow 77 points, that's on them.
Yeah,
if you came out there and you just running your damn offense.
Y'all look bad because you put 77 up. There's no way that can make you look bad.
Right.
You scored 70.
You run your offense the way you plan to run it.
If they can't stop you
to run the ball,
then they can't stop you.
Not your problem. Just
Not
keep doing your thing.
Exactly. You got a job to do. Do that job.
If it's your game plan, if it's in your game plan script to give Tyreek Hill 20 targets because he gonna catch 20 passes on deep routes, guess what? Tyreek gonna catch 20 deep route passes. Who gives a shit? If you get 1,000 yards in that game, who gives a shit? That's on them. That's Denver Broncos' fault. That's their coaching job. They need to go fire their defensive coordinator. That's not your fault. Karma in the game of football, it's about going out there and scoring more points than the other person.
Right. You're going to put bad karma on yourself for giving up, for coming up short on purpose.
Ain't no way. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If they was playing me and I'm putting up 70 points, I'm going for 84.
Man, I'm going for 100 every game. And I know I ain't going to hit it, but we going for it. What is that?
My rule is if you can't stop it, I'm going to do it.
Right. Why would you stop doing something that works? Looking at y'all with the tush push or the brotherly shove or the cheek tweak or whatever you want to call it.
Listen. A wise man once said, probably one of the best coaches in the game. A wise man once said, you play to win the game. You don't play it just to play it. Put the points up there. If you can do it, do it. That's what they say. If you got the skill, if you got it, flaunt it. If you got a certain skill, you go out there and put that skill out there. If you can go out there and throw a deep ball to a receiver every single play, and he gonna burn somebody deep, do it every single play.
Why wouldn't
do it every single play? Because
why wouldn't you do it if it's effective?
Right. It's like when Jalen Hurts comes out there, what y'all gonna do? Because Jalen Hurts go out there, you got short yardage, and you can just let Jalen Hurts just tuck it down and put his head into the ground, and he can get that first down. If you can do it, do it.
Yeah.
Ain't no reason to stop doing it. Shit. What?
Nobody
expect Tennessee? Because Derrick Henry was over there drilling people's head on the ground. You want him to stop doing that because he can do it? No, do it. No. You keep doing it. If you can go out there and score, you score. That's what
you're getting paid to do.
Shit. If I got a hair, Mike McDaniel might have just ruined his own T-shirt. You could have been on the T-shirt. You'd be a legendary coach. Now you're not. You're just a guy. You're just a guy.
No, he's still legendary for that. That's still 10-ass touchdowns.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's 10 touchdowns. Anyway, let's move on because we spent too much time on them.
Yeah. What's next? Again? We were at the Broncos.
We got No, we're at Tampa Bay, New Orleans. Oh, so we just gave Tennessee, Cincinnati. I don't know how we got to it. Oh yeah, you said this was gonna be like that game. Cincinnati putting up 70.
I got Bengals winning. No contest.
Same here.
What is Tampa the spread? Bay just for the record? Hold on.
It's 11.
Okay. No, it's wait. Which game are we talking about? I'm drawing a blank over here.
Tennessee, Cincy.
Okay, yeah. Cincinnati's 2.5-point favorite over under 41. Okay. Take the over. Take Cincinnati. It's going to be ugly.
All right. Here's a big one. Tampa Bay at New Orleans.
Yeah. Jameis Winston starting.
Jameis
I really
Winston goes
say more.
back to the team that he threw 30 interceptions on with. This is a big game for Jameis Winston. I think I give New Orleans the win, even though Jameis is starting. Jameis
They're
gets to be
playing in
his
New
old
Orleans.
team.
Jameis Winston starting. New Orleans is a 3-point favorite. The over-under is 39. I would take the under. I'd take Buccaneers to cover the 3 points. It's going to be like 10. It's going to be like 20 to 18, 20 to 19, something like that. Bunch of field goals mostly.
I got Saints winning. Kamara's back, and they got a dimension of their offense that Tampa doesn't have. Tampa doesn't have a running game.
We're not even sure what Kamara has left. So
That's true, but can't be that bad.
no.
It's like he just got out of prison. He hungry.
Well, he better be, because
All right,
Tampa Bay
that game's not
coming
gonna
for
be
your
that
head.
exciting.
Tampa Bay coming for your head. They're trying to win the division this year. It
Ooh.
won't, but it's going to be an ugly ass game.
All right, next game we got Miami Buffalo.
Miami
sorry.
Buffalo. Who did I pick? Who did you pick?
I think you picked Tampa. I picked New Orleans.
Okay. All right, I'm with that.
All right, Miami Buffalo.
What the hell? I'm sorry, the commercial started playing on mine. Damn ESPN. All right.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
All right. Now, you said we were talking about
Miami Buffalo.
Okay. Well, we all know what Miami did last week. Buffalo got
It doesn't
pretty
happen
sure
this
Buffalo won last week too, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. I don't see Miami doing that to Buffalo.
No. Obviously, they're not going to hit 70 on them. That would be
No.
impossible. Buffalo's actually a favorite. The over-under is 53.5.
Take the over.
Yeah, definitely take the over. Yeah, because, I mean, Josh
It's
Allen
gonna
going
be
to
a
get his,
shootout.
and them receivers in Miami going to get theirs.
Yeah,
Everybody
I'm not
gonna
going to say
get
two is
this
going to get. Yeah, this is going to
Everybody
be a
getting
game.
up is this game.
This game should be the game on prime time. This should be the
Waddle's
Monday night
back and
game.
everything. Jalen Waddle's back this week.
This should be the Sunday night game instead of the Sunday night game that we're going to get.
I agree.
I do not want to see this Sunday
This
night
is
game.
the game of the week right here.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Jesus.
one question. Do the Dolphins beat the Broncos, 2013 Broncos, record of 606 points in the season?
No.
I think so. Until somebody proves they can stop them. This
Buffalo
team
does it
got
today.
that greatest show on turf smell to them. Like nobody's contained them yet. So, I mean, Tua's already over 1,000 yards on the season. That's crazy because it's week 4. Like we're going into week 4 and Tua's already over 1,000 yards. That's crazy. Then that run game last week. If they do what they did, Buffalo ain't got no chance. But at the same damn time, Buffalo blew out the Commanders last week. Like both of these teams are coming off of monster wins. Buffalo somehow is a 2.5-point favorite. It's an over-under 53. Take the over. Take the Dolphins to cover. I got Dolphins winning though. Now I'm going to quote one of my favorite movies, The Boondock Saints. To begin the character. There was a firefight! That's what this game going to be. Going to be the scoring. Going to be so many big plays this week. I am looking forward to this game. Every ounce of my being.
So here's my thing. You said that nobody has stopped the Chargers this year.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins, yeah. But let's look at who they're playing against.
Mm-hmm.
They barely beat the Chargers in week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Barely. They beat them by 2. That's a W. Still a win. But they barely
That
did.
win is a win. Yeah.
They beat the Patriots by 7. Barely won. I feel like they haven't. I mean, they beat Denver because Denver's Denver. But I'm looking at a record so far. Like games the past 3 weeks, they weren't teams that were expected to come out there and shut them down. I don't really like. You look at their defenses, and I'm not that excited about it.
Yeah,
They
that's why I
played
know it's
teams
going to be a
with like,
shootout.
yeah. I don't see them completely torching the Buffalo's defense.
I do.
Buffalo's got they got Kaiir Elam and Tre'Davious White on both
What are they
sides
going
of
to
the
do against
corner.
Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle?
Enough.
They're not going to cover them. Both of them are getting 100 yards.
But this is the difference. The Buffalo Bills have solid safeties. They have solid safeties that can shut you down. But here's my thing. Because we saw way defensive covered the defensive play against the Eagles. How come no defense have actually been smart enough to do that against Miami?
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure Buffalo's have the weapons to do it. I'm just not sure.
They do.
I'm not sure they're going to be able to stop Miami's run game even.
Now that's the problem.
Like Mostert's been on a tear. So
I think that's it. That's where it is.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a shootout. It's definitely going to be a shootout. It's just not going to be what it was in Denver, where they could just basically Miami was scoring at will. Mm-hmm. They just went out there and was like, "We're going to score on this play," and did it. I don't see them doing that against Buffalo.
Yeah, if they can get their run game going strong, Buffalo won't see the field as often, and that's only going to work to Miami's advantage. If they don't, but they can't contain the run, because they're not going to be able to stop every. But Buffalo is not going to be able to stop both the run and the pass. There's just no way.
Well, no.
You have to focus on one. So
I'll focus on that pass game.
Exactly. But then they're going to get run over. They don't have the defense, the D line to compete.
True.
So I got Dolphins winning. Going away. I don't know. I'd say, yeah, that's all I do. Take the over and take Dolphins to win. Buffalo.
Even though I say that, I say what I said, where Buffalo's gonna. I got Miami winning as well because they're an unattractive team.
Oh man, that offense is beautiful.
Next, let's go with. We're gonna go down to Houston, Pittsburgh, Houston.
Good Lord.
I'm gonna just say this right now. I got Pittsburgh winning.
Got Pittsburgh too. My only question with this one is over under 100 yards for Nico.
Under.
Think so?
My prediction this week is that Nico gets 3 to 4 receptions, 60 to 80 yards receiving, and a touchdown. But this specific touchdown is in the red zone. That's my prediction for Nico.
I'm trying to do math in my head, but my brain can't do it. It's like 5 receptions, a little over 80 yards a game on average for Nico. Stroud's been getting off, though. He's been doing his thing this season. To be a rookie, he's holding his own out there. He looks like he's capable of being a pro quarterback.
Yeah. The stats for Nico this year, he's got 15 receptions, 260 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Mm-hmm. But I think this is the week Pittsburgh gets it together. Really figures it out.
Oh, for sure.
They can't help it. They're playing a mediocre-ass defense. They're a 3-point favorite on the road, which is crazy. The over-under is 42.5.
I say this. If Pittsburgh, if Pickett can't surpass 300 yards this game, if he doesn't, because what my prediction for him is 300 yards, 2 TDs. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't do that, and if they can't win, then Pittsburgh, if Pickett doesn't put up those numbers,
right, and
I feel as though that in a few years Pittsburgh will be looking for a new quarterback.
Yeah, I feel like if Pickett don't hit, don't really. There's expectations for Pickett, but there's expectations for Harris too, and neither one of them are really meeting those expectations.
Not at all.
I thought this offense was going to be shitting on everybody.
Yeah.
But so far, no, not really. But they got an easy matchup this week. So they should get numbers. if
Yeah.
I was, well, I am a fantasy person, but I have barely few Steelers. But I would start them all. That's my
Oh yeah.
advice to
I've
everyone.
got Najee starting, but he's been
Mouth,
starting the
mouth
whole
is
year.
really
So.
juicy. But yeah,
Juicy
yeah,
fruit.
it's going to
Pittsburgh
move you.
beats Houston.
Absolutely.
Next, we're gonna go to LA.
That was
Las
stupid.
Vegas versus the Chargers. I got the Chargers winning. I got the Chargers
Well,
winning. I got
obviously.
Josh McDaniels kicking a field goal.
Huh. Over under 100 yards for Josh Jacobs?
No.
Well, Eckler's
Josh
back
Jacobs.
this week. So that's only good since the Chargers just lost one of their receivers. I mean, Quentin Johnson might get his this week. Can't imagine they're game planning for Johnson over in Las Vegas or game planning at all the way they've been playing this season. I blame the coach. I only blame the coach because
Do they know?
yeah. I'll blame the GM too for bringing in Garoppolo, but I really blame McDaniels. And I blame all of you out there for hyping that dude up like he was the next good coach.
Garoppolo throws 2
Shame
interceptions.
on all of you.
Mm-hmm. Garoppolo throws 2 picks this game.
I got 4.
Ooh.
Devontae Adams is like a week away from requesting a trade. Specifically after this game, he asked to get the hell out of there. Because they're doing him dirty.
Yeah.
He came there to play with his boy, and they got rid of his boy. And they expect him to continue to bust his ass for this team with McDaniels as the coach? McDaniels don't know what the hell he doing. He was riding the coattails of Brady his entire life. One time he got a head coach. We see how that turned out. They got lucky. They had a disaster of a system. Didn't have any business winning. Being like just got a quarterback that can't throw. How you got a quarterback that can't throw? That's bad drafting. This just like this team, Raiders. You're fucking idiots for even hiring that dude as your coach. You should have known better. You should have known better than to hire fucking Mike Mayock as your goddamn GM to begin with. That was fucking stupid. And you hired Group. That was fucking stupid. So I don't expect any sign of intelligence coming from the Raiders. None. If they did one capable, intelligent thing in a game, I'd be shocked. So no, Chargers win. It won't be close. The spread is as follows. Chargers are a 5-point favorite. Good Lord. Take the Chargers on that. Over under 48. Raiders ain't hitting 15. So, I don't know. Under, I guess. Mostly I say the under because Mike Williams isn't playing. It's gonna be a on the ground game.
My prediction: Chargers take the win. Garoppolo throws 2 interceptions.
Eckler and Kelly both get 100 yards on the ground. That's my prediction.
Jesus.
Yeah, this ain't gonna be a good one. It's gonna be ugly.
Now let's move to the next game. Oh, yeah. Now this next game is interesting. Arizona at San Francisco.
It's not interesting. I mean, it's my upset special. It's definitely my upset special.
These guys are excited right now. They just beat the best D out there.
Allegedly.
I got them.
And now they're playing one of the top 3 defenses again.
I got Arizona winning. Josh Dobbs goes the fuck off.
I got Arizona winning. The run game goes the fuck off.
Josh Dobbs is going to run all over him. He got
clock control, baby. Clock control.
Mind you, Josh Dobbs did get a touchdown running the ball. He was lighting them up. He was like Dallas defense running the ball. Yep. Boom, 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 boom. James Conner, baby. Boom, 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 boom. That other guy.
Like Dallas knows how to defend against the run anyway.
I think the Cardinals need to
develop their team to stop the run. They developed it to stop the pass. So they're going to get run over all damn season. This is just the way it's going to be with that defense.
Cardinals need to use Rondell more and more at halfback.
I like that. Over under 100 for Hollywood on the ground in the air.
I'm gonna say under because I just benched him, so I don't want to
Okay.
look like an idiot, so I'm gonna say under.
I got over. I got him getting like 120.
Jesus Christ, I'm about to have
Yeah.
to put him back out there.
Mm.
Wait, did I bench him? I don't think I benched him. I think I benched Jahan Dotson.
Are you talking to us or
I think I was talking to myself for a second because I was just
Ah,
confused. I
you
think
were really low in the way you were talking, and it's like I can't hear you.
No, I was saying I was trying to make sure I didn't benchmark Hollywood. It wasn't Hollywood I benched. It was Jahan Dotson.
Oh yeah, you said that earlier. Yeah. What's next? Do I have any
Next we
picks
got
for this one?
New England at Dallas. This is
Ew.
another upset to me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yep. I feel
I'm
like
picking anybody that plays the Cowboys all season. I
New
learned my
England
lesson. I tried
takes
to
the
be
win.
realistic.
Belichick outcoaches Jerry Jones. I know what I said.
Well, that's probably gonna go down like that. I mean, no, I'm gonna be realistic. I got the Cowboys winning.
I'm not.
My question is, what running back hits 100 yards in this game? Any of them?
Ramondre.
Who's the leading receiver for the Pats this game?
What's the dude name?
Some nobody.
Yeah, I was going to say Taquan Thornton.
Yeah. Okay, that's actually possible, sadly. Over under 2 interceptions for the Cowboys defense.
Under.
Oh, well, that's right. You said the Patriots are going to win. Well, I got taken over because Mac Jones is Mac Jones, and we all know that's not a great thing to be.
But Mac Jones is a guy that won. He won a game with only throwing 3 passes.
Yeah, which is say everything you need to know about Mac Jones. They don't need him to throw to win. So that's not giving him the opportunity to throw the ball. Run that shit down the Cowboys' throat.
Which they don't know how to do.
Yeah. Cowboys have trouble with the run. Which we just saw. They have trouble with the run. It will be the same this week.
Go off, my little nigga.
Yes. Patriots win by some stroke of God. The Patriots
win. They win by 7 points.
It's like you can find 2 teams I hate more, in all honesty. Dallas is a 6.5 point favorite. Over under is 43.5. Take the Patriots to beat the spread. Take the 43.5. Take the over. Yeah.
All right. Now our Sunday night game, a game that should not be played at Sunday night.
But we've been waiting all day for Sunday night.
Yeah.
That's what that blonde
said. City Swifties. The Kansas City Swifties take on the New York Jokes.
This is gonna be a classic.
Yeah, a classic beatdown.
Mm-hmm. Can the Jets even keep up with the Chiefs? I mean, the Jets just lost to the Patriots, while the Chiefs beat the hell out the Bears. They put the fear of God in the Bears last week.
Here's my question for this game.
Terrified this week. Yeah.
Is Taylor Swift going to be there?
Yes. Because it's New York. Of course she's going to be there. She has to be there. What else are they going to put the cameras on?
Her tour is probably going to be following the Chiefs' schedule the rest of the season, and then
didn't she just come back from tour?
She might have. I think so.
Yeah, that tour was huge.
Yeah, it was. It was in Philly it was in PA for like a week.
Yeah. But this ain't going to be a close one.
No.
If I really got to go look at the spread as if this is relevant to anything, Kansas City is an 8.5 point favorite. They're going to get more than 8.5 point. What's the word I look for? Margin of victory. It's going to be higher than 8.5. It's going to be like 17. This is going to be an ass whipping. KC's about to take their belt off and beat Robert Saleh's ass with it.
This is going to be a 40-point win. It's going to be a 40-point win.
This is going to be an ass whooping. The Jets are going to be. It's like somebody going to suicide themselves after this one. They're going to feel so bad they suicide themselves.
We do not condone suicide, everybody. We
Do
want
whatever
you
the
to
hell you
live.
want. Ain't my
Therapy.
concern. Ain't my
Therapy.
concern. You need a hug.
Therapy.
I ain't the one to give it to you. I ain't gonna give it to you. So, you want to off yourself because you took a loss? Bye.
Therapy.
Peace. Deuces. Kansas City wins by 27. Fuck it. 41.5. That's how much Kansas City scores. How much do the Jets scores? 0.
0.
I'm over under
Kansas
200 for
40.
what's his name? What's that quarterback? Zach Wilson? Mike White? I don't know who's starting this week.
Under. Whoever's
Absolutely.
It might be Trevor Siemian. Who knows? They just brought him in.
So then they'll score like 5 points. No, 3 points. Because
the score is going to be 40-0, and the only reason why Kansas City gets 40 is because there's going to be a new trend of quarterbacks Orlovskying them themselves. I think there's a name, Orlovsky.
Over under 5 touchdowns for Mahomes.
5 touchdowns. 38. The Kansas City offense scores 38, and whoever is the Jets quarterback, Orlovsky himself.
All right, let me ask you this. Who's got the strongest arm? Jackson Mahomes, Brittany Mahomes, or Taylor Swift?
Definitely Brittany, because Brittany looks like
she's throw like this. They all
throw like girls, but oh my gosh.
I miss those QB competitions they used to have.
It's so bad because I didn't even hear who the third person was. You said Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift, definitely Brittany Mahomes, or Jackson Mahomes.
So this is the arm strength right here.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany, Taylor, Jackson. I have no faith in Jackson's ability. I'm pretty sure Pat was probably like, hey, Jackson, come play football with me. And Jackson was like, no.
He said it all sing-songy. No.
Listen, Brittany definitely seems like she's the type that was out there playing football with the guys.
Yeah.
She seems like she was that. It's probably how she met Pat. Probably. I don't know.
Probably just being an all-around groupie.
Yeah, like they was hanging out at the quad, and Pat was throwing the ball.
Shout out to the quad.
Pat was throwing the ball to the guys, and they was like, and the ball went over toward Brittany. The ball bounced toward her. She picked it up, and Pat was like, "Hey, throw that ball over here," because that's how we talk. Throw that ball over here. Yeah. And he was like,
and then sound like Kermit the Frog?
And Brittany threw it, and he was like, "That's a good throw. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there." And then
now explain it again using those nuggies. Brittany's commercial ever.
Yes. All right. And now let's go with the last game of the night.
Yeah. Somebody's going to want to watch this game.
It won't be me. Seattle at New York Giants. Seattle at New York Giants.
All righty. Seattle's a 1-point favorite with an over-under of 47.
A 1-point favorite?
1-point favorite on the road in New York against a terrible Giants team.
Seattle wins this one by a lot.
Mm-hmm. Seattle definitely wins. What's his name? Thibodeau does nothing. Thibodeau doesn't get a single sack. In fact, I'm going to go so far as to say no one on the Giants gets a sack this week. Geno has a clean sheet, 4 touchdowns, no turnovers. The Giants get embarrassed at home by 21.
Daniel Jones gets strip sacked.
Over under 100 rushing yards for Danny Dimes.
Under. Way under.
Over under 300 for Geno.
Over.
Ooh. Yeah, this is going to be an ass whooping.
I got
Giants
Geno throwing 3 touchdowns.
Or 3 in a row or 4 in a row. Don't matter the ass.
Yeah, Geno's going to put DK going to be out here one-handed and everything.
Mm-hmm. Just because he
guess
can.
What? Who the hell's going to guard Gino? Nobody. Who's going to guard Lockett? Nobody.
Nobody.
Who's going to guard, what's that other dude name? The Jackson Smith nigga.
Yeah. Nobody. They don't have anybody on the Giants. There's no one to cover receivers on the Giants.
And let me just go, wait. Noah Fant, too. Who's going to guard any of them mother?
They don't have the materials to cover that.
They can't stop their run. Because I just saw Zach Charbonnet out here fucking
dropping booms on dudes,
kicking people. He basically took somebody's ticket to the stadium and said, "You got to go." They treated him.
You don't belong in here.
Zach Charbonnet treated that guy the way Uncle Phil treated Jazz.
Exactly. Threw that man out the house.
Man out
in the same shirt many times over.
Seattle takes it.
Seattle kicks the shit out of the Giants.
And
the Giants take it and ask for more.
And this is where I asked the same question I was asking last year. Who is setting up these prime games? Because the same person that was doing the Amazon Prime games, because last year the Amazon Prime games were doo-doo. And for Amazon
games used to be.
Yeah.
For the longest time, those were like the worst games of the week.
The Amazon Prime has way too great a setup. The Amazon Prime setup is way too great for them to be putting out horrible games. Like, just the graphics, everything they put into these games, and then they just shit at it, suck at it.
Hey, you get what you pay for, I guess. And they paid for Seahawks Giants. Somebody had to pay for it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are our predictions for this week. But before we go, we're going to talk about a couple topics.
Okay.
Boulevard.
Yo.
I said that I was a fan of the spring football leagues. But what I felt was the best thing for them to do was to merge the two leagues, because I felt like a merger would be more convenient. Even when I play Maximum Football or Access Football, whatever it is, I usually create the USXFL. Well, the National Spring Football League has been, the intent of a merger has been announced by both USFL and the XFL. Not sure which one's going to be the face or the head, which organization takes the majority leadership. Who gives a damn? But that is what's going down. Now, we've both expressed that it's probably not going to work. The best thing for them is to fully become to lean into being a developmental feeder league of the NFL. And there are ways to do it.
Yep.
Do you have any thoughts on this?
Well, you already said that it ain't going to work. That's my main thought. However, there are ways, if you can get under the NFL banner, there are ways to make it successful. I mean, just being attached to the NFL alone will give it the cachet. They can probably negotiate better TV deals. They can probably sell better merchandise. They can actually get better announcers. So all of the upfront stuff will improve immediately. But I say, take some of these old dudes, these older players, and get them out of there if it's going to be a development league. Because you can't have like 28, 29-year-old players developing. What is that?
It's too late for them. It's too late.
They need to move on. Because, if you're 28 and you still like, I got to make it to the league. No, it's too late. It's too late.
To find a coaching job.
You got like 4 more draft classes that came in trying to take your spot. You're not getting in.
You better find a coaching job.
Yeah, it's like take some of these. I say up to 3 years professional. That's it. Up to 26 years old or 3 years of professional football. That's where I stand. I say instead of having 16 teams, you have 8 teams, one representing each conference in the NFL. You take 10 players from each of those teams, each of those 4 teams in a conference. Let's say your practice squatters and maybe your UDFAs. And you take 10 of those from your team and you drop them in this development league. Why? So they can develop. Then you can go hire a younger coach who doesn't have the experience calling plays, leading a team, leading a room, leading film study, what have you. And you let them get their reps too. So now you got a whole pipeline coming in of younger talent. So that then you got people that are hungry, trying to get in, fighting for that spot. That alone will make this more entertaining. I mean, people watch G League, people go to minor league baseball games. This will be no different. Almost the same setup. If you even want, I mean, hell, you can break it down. I don't know. There's numerous ways to do this shit. But I know that will work if it had backing up the NFL. That's my opinion anyway.
100%. In order for this to work, you need the NFL's backing. You need to stop trying to operate independently because you can't do it. It's not.
No.
You
It's not
got
financially
maybe
feasible.
2 years before people just get tired of it. It's just going to be the same influx of talent, same influx. We want to see something different. We want to see, and I'm going to speak on something because something I've seen both the XFL and the USFL, and they've only been operating for around 2 years. They have a slew of itinerant teams.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what itinerant means, it means basically people who are they just keep moving and moving. Like we saw, like these teams, you've seen a team that was supposed to be, what was it? Memphis. It was supposed to be Memphis or whatever team it was.
One of the leagues all play all of their games out of one city 1 year?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Like that alone shows you that it's a disaster because that's one of the dumbest ideas I've ever heard.
Yeah, because remember, it was like Tampa and USFL. It was Tampa, and then they moved the team from Tampa to Memphis. And I'm just like, your league just started. You should not be moving teams.
No, like if you're moving,
and now the XFL is doing the same thing.
That means these teams are already failing. Yeah, because you're not going to move otherwise, unless you're just not making the money to stick around. They're not giving you the incentive to play there.
Right. So I think that there's something. I think they need the backing of the NFL. There's just no other way for them to be successful.
Yeah, I mean, I will say they're the first leagues that actually made it to a second season in a long time. Like in my lifetime, there's only been one other league that was even remotely successful, and they blew it by trying to compete with the NFL instead of trying to fall in line, find their spot. Because the NFL's been just the most dominant since the 40s. So, there's the only way it works. Otherwise, this merger is this league, whatever they're going to call it, the NSFL or whatever, gone in 6 years. Like just like Arena League.
Yeah.
Just like all the other leagues that tried, crashed, and burned. The AAF or whatever the hell it was called. Perfect example.
Did they even make it to a game? I don't even remember if they made it to a game.
No, they had like 4 games that went under. That was a disaster. And that should be an example for all this new league to follow. Don't do what they did. And also, if you're not going to try to merge with the NFL or work with the NFL, go really slow. Because it's going to be a slow progress to get to the point where you're a financially viable league. They're going to be bleeding money forever because they have no way to produce more money. I mean, they got to lowball the players. They don't get merch sales. Their TV deal is small. I mean, it's what, NBC? I don't remember which network. Yeah. So, they don't have big money deals. So where are they going to get where's the revenue going to come from? It's not going to come. It didn't come for any other league. Money kills these leagues every year, every time they try. They don't make enough revenue to live, to exist. And this will be the same way unless they can get some of them sweet, sweet dollars from the NFL. If they can get a better TV deal, if they can get better deals for their players, they can find reason to get these players to come play there. But no. Otherwise, it's just going to be like X stars or X wannabe stars, college stars that, I don't know, Percy Harvins of the world or something. Trying to hold on to everything, their one last fucking hope. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's
All
just a
right.
waste of everybody's time.
All right, let's get into another situation that been going on.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Sims,
oh Lord,
former NFL quarterback, former Buccaneers quarterback,
quarterback-ish.
Yeah, he made a comment. Now he's trying to walk it back. Even his colleagues are trying to defend what he said to make it seem like he didn't say what he said.
But he
what he
said what he
said
said.
was what he said. He said what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Basically saying, go hurt. If you can't stop Jalen Hurts, go try to hurt Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, I'm an advocate for going out there and tackling a person because that's the way you stop Jalen Hurts is just go tackle him.
Yeah.
But you sit there and say, go hurt him. That's it's very telling of what type of person you are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's stuff that shouldn't be tolerated. I think the NFL, whoever he is, whatever brand or TV, whatever network he's representing, they need to get him off the show because there is no room for that in professional sports. That's disgusting. It's
right.
like
we just went through this with Bountygate.
Yeah, it's just not necessary. It's like people out here that's sending death threats to players. It's no room for that. It's no room for that.
It's sports. It's sports. This is not representative of real life.
Yes,
this is supposed to be.
Yes, it's a child's game.
Yeah,
something you play as a kid. Like you don't go out there. And, we don't try to hurt each other. Why are y'all trying to do that? Why are you promoting that? And those people that are saying like, oh, that's not what he was trying to say. He didn't mean that. Then why did he say it?
Those were
it doesn't matter what you're trying to say. It's like somebody come out here, called me the N-word, and say, oh, that's not what I meant to say. What were you trying to say? Because the thing, they call it a Freudian slip for a reason. Like you said what you said. What you said was what you were thinking came out your mouth. Because if you didn't, if that's not what you're thinking, then it wouldn't have came out. You said what you said and you meant what you said. So,
if I were a defensive coach, I'd be going, go head hunting on a quarterback here. Go ahead. Let him have it. Dive over. Go crazy. Try to kill the quarterback. That's what I would do. There's no place for that. There's no place for dirty football. It's hard enough not getting injured for a football player. It's hard enough to not get injured. You're lucky if you go through the game and you're not busted up after. And he's like, go after the guy's head. Try to kill the quarterback. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I mean, if you want to play hard, you want to hit the quarterback. But as far as like going over the line, crossing the line just to hurt the quarterback, like you're going too far. I mean, I know he's talking from experience because obviously somebody tried to kill him on the field. That's why his ass wasn't playing after a while because he got busted up. But at the same time, he was dookie as a quarterback. So he would have got busted up anyway just by nature of being terrible at his job. He wasn't good at playing the league. And now he's just spiteful. He hates. That's it. You can hate if you want to, but you can't be going out there wishing injuries on players as a professional analyst. You just can't. There's no place for that. You're a professional. I could say go kill the quarterback. I never would. But I could say that because I ain't on national television talking that shit. I ain't on the show with, Mike Florio. I ain't on the show with somebody else who, known commodity saying this dumb shit. Ain't no place to kill a quarterback. And even though, why are you trying to injure a player anyway? Because you're scared. But the problem is, Sims wasn't very good. Sims is a hater. Sims' daddy was a giant. He got his ass to Philly all the time. This is just jealousy. Just jealousy. He wants to be Jalen Hurts. That's what it is. And he ain't got the skill set. He never had the skill set. Matter of fact, his daddy didn't even have the damn skill set to be half the player or half the man, for that matter, that Jalen Hurts is. And you can see he's not by saying a stupid-ass statement like this. That's how I feel about Chris Sims. But I've never liked Chris Sims, and Chris Sims has never liked Jalen Hurts. So that's just what it is, I guess. Chris Sims, you're an asshole, and nobody loves you.
All right. Chris Sims, you're a piece of trash. Just so you know,
Mm-hmm.
everybody
Yeah.
should
You
headhunt
can hit
you.
the
How about
bench, but
that?
you can't hit our bench.
All right, now that we're going to talk about, because honestly, I'm one of those people. I've dealt with mental health. It's an issue. People, you need therapy. Go get therapy. Don't fight it. And the reason why I say that is because we're looking at a player like Chandler Jones, who is oddly enough dealing with his own mental demons. I can't really go into details about the things that he's been saying because some of them are just not NSFW or any. It's just not safe. It's things that I
Right.
should probably
It's even
speak on.
more ridiculous than Chris Sims. The shit that's coming out of
Yes.
Chandler Jones's mouth. I suspect it's CTE. He took one too many hits to the brain. Or 10
Yes.
too many hits to the brain. Because he's saying a lot of dumb shit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start. I want to use quotes, but it's like, where do I even start? This man's been saying ridiculous and shit for a couple weeks now. You know, he said, what's his name? McDaniels killed Aaron Hernandez. He said McDaniels killed Aaron Hernandez. Now,
Jesus.
to me, I want to focus on that because the absurdity of it, which would imply that McDaniels had a chance in hell of even being in a situation where he could bring harm to Hernandez, who himself killed 3 people. You think McDaniels would have stood a chance in hell even trying to bring harm to Hernandez? Like, come on. Hernandez would have stuffed a mud hole in that man and walked him dry. So why would you even put some dumb, unrealistic shit out there like that? He said he was got put in a fucking mental hospital and injected with fluoride. What? They put toothpaste in that man? Is that what he tried to say? That's how it sounded to me. I quote, I'm very sane. I just want to play for the Raiders. You're not going to play for anybody. I'm not saying shit like that. Ain't nobody going to want you in the locker room. Nobody. We all, like, once you start losing your damn scruples, you got to go. You went away.
Yeah.
See, he said CTE doesn't exist when he clearly has CTE. I don't know, man.
And
you need to go. You need to retire. You need to retire and go sit in the just go get in that fucking padded suit with straps. Somebody, you need a hug.
Like,
you need a hug. You need that suit to hug you. You're
and
insane.
what's crazy, it's like they're giving me, because if you watched our last video, you saw how we revealed that video of Britney Spears with the knives.
I thought it was adorable.
It was hilarious. But basically, that's basically where I'm getting with the word that's coming out of these guys' mouths.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking like Britney.
Yeah, and they love saying Britney a little off in the head. It's fine, she probably is, but she seemed pretty normal to me. Antonio Brown's going to Vegas to visit Chandler Jones, though, apparently, because try to talk some sense in him. When Antonio Brown is coming to check on you because he's worried about your mental health, Antonio Brown is worried about your mental health. You've been fucked up, my friend. Chandler Jones, you really might want to start thinking about what's your future like after football, because you may not make it back to the league after this shit. You're coming off as a damn weirdo, and weirdos don't stick around unless they're kickers.
And speaking of the Raiders, we're going to stay with this Raiders conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And Chandler, Davante Adams. Davante Adams has expressed his disdain, his distaste, and unhappiness for the Raiders organization.
Yes, he has.
Boulevard, how long do you think it's going to take before Davante is asking to be let go?
I think the rumor will start flying at about Tuesday. That's when we're going to start hearing rumors that he wants out. Tuesday. And by come Tuesday. Friday, Saturday, he'll have already officially asked for a trade. And by week 7, he'll be in Baltimore. That's what I see. That's my hope anyway. That's the team that needs him the most. And that Jackson to Adams combination. Damn. So that's my hope, anyways, that he ends up in Baltimore. But there ain't no good reason that man. They have no right to keep that man. I mean, he signed a contract, but y'all know y'all doing him wrong.
Right.
But you're the Raiders. This is just normal Raiders behavior.
The Raiders.
Trade that man. Let that man have some joy in his last few years in the league.
Yeah. He is about ready.
Let that man compete. He has earned that. He's too good for your team. Josh Jacobs is probably too good for your team. Max Crosby's probably too good for your team. You don't deserve the talent you have on that roster because you don't know what to do with it. For God's sakes, you hired Josh McDaniels. You can't be that smart. This is after you hired Bruton and Mayock. So this can't be a very intelligently run organization. Not when they keep making stupid move after stupid move after stupid move. Never mind, they got rid of Derek Carr. Stupid move. For Jimmy Garoppolo. Stupider move. Whoever's running this organization don't know their head from their ass, clearly. Trade Devontae. Because he don't want to be there. And if he don't want to be there, that's going to be a problem for your locker room. A bigger problem than the one you already got named Josh. Stop fucking with that man's career. Let him go. For that matter, let Jonathan Tindler go too. Stop fucking with his career. They say they don't want to be there, then they don't want to fucking be there.
Absolutely.
You really want to force somebody to stay against their will? In the real world, that's kidnapping. That's what y'all doing. So let's be serious. Let that man breathe. Let him live. Let him go find happiness on a team that wants to win. Not on a team that hired Josh McDaniels. Obviously don't want to win if you hire Josh McDaniels.
Absolutely.
So, free Davante Adams. Hashtag free Davante Adams.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have. We're going to end the episode there. If you like what you heard, if you like what you saw, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
And tell your friends about us.
Mm-hmm.
And look out for the next video. Hit the ding-a-ling on the ring-a-ling. Ring-a-ling, ding-a-ling, whatever you want to call it. Hit the little bell. Because we'll be here. We'll have new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. And
we'll try to.
We'll try to.
Yeah, no guarantees.
Yeah. I got kids.
My kid's grown.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Take a nice.
Son your age. Peace.
Hit the bench.